Welcome back to Black and Grown Conversations, hosted by Sharon. Real talks, real journeys, real women. Grown Black women come to keep it real. We explore life with honesty, humor, zero filters. The transition that transforms us, nothing is off limits. Before we get what we learned during this girl trip, let's do a story time. Let me share a story with you. Girl trip as a grown woman. My first cruise, my first step back to me. Now, mind you, pump your brakes. Ex military, Navy, lived on a ship for 4 years, still ship, working ship, out in the Atlantic, out in the ocean, helping other military ships gain all that stuff they need to get. Okay? It's totally different when you're working on a ship of that magnitude to a cruise ship. Okay? So give you a little heads up a little bit with the difference here, why it's a little different for me. So let me tell you something about going on a girl trip when you've been married over 25 years. It hit differently. This wasn't as we outside for every weekend type of trip. This was a grown women responsibility that we have some, well, not some. One still had one in, junior, senior in high school. And then us empty nesters, but not so empty nesters in college, living at home, going to college. Same thing. Okay. We got bills we paying. Some of us working for the man or working for a woman. And some of us work for our own, ourselves. And life lived kind of trip. In honesty, I almost didn't go. 2 years ago, the same group planned a trip I supposed to go, but I backed out. Life was lifing. Again, empty nester, but not so empty nester. Responsibilities, transitioning, both of them, they needed me. All the same reasons as we women put ourselves last. This year, well, last year, when the trip came around again, something in me said, "You going. No excuses." Now, here's the funny part. I know. I only knew the host through her YouTube platform. I'm a member of her community, but we never, ever met face to face. No in person meetups, even though she'd been to a couple other meetups for other events. No real FaceTime call at all. Just familiar energy through a stream. So, yes, I signed up to travel with women I didn't technically know. And somehow that made it even more powerful. All right. All right, here it goes. Telling my husband, how many days do you think I told my husband about the trip? I'll wait. Put it in the comment section. Oh, please like and share and put your notification button on. Okay? Okay, ready? 3 days before. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay? Wait for it. Let's talk about marriages and independence for a second. And men, come on in. Come on in, man. You already snooping around. Okay, you already snooping around and you already have your own opinions already. I can hear it from now. When you've been married over 25 years, routine get set. Expectations get unspoken but understood. And sometimes husbands, bless their hearts and their soul, can worry you to death over a trip. And vice versa. Even though this is a woman chat, vice versa. Vice versa. You a man out here listening? Write in the comment section, please. Okay. I learned the hard way. Wait for it. Here it goes. I once took a trip to visit a military friend, and we planned it last year in March. And we had seen each other for over a years. We had kids, you know what I'm saying? We like the lifing. And when she come in town for business, we only see a glimpse of each other for an hour. And then off she go again because her kids, my kids, same age. So there are no meetups. Because our husbands, like they can't, do things without us. To being truthful. So we planned this. Both our kids are in college. So like she had a time because she works for a different company. So she had time off. That's okay. My husband know each other because we all were on the same ship together. That would be easier. My husband knew about the 1 month in advance. You think that will be easier, right? You're dead wrong. By the time I left, I was mentally exhausted from all the questions, comments, and concerns. It was not a peaceful send-off at all. So this time, oh yeah, I told him 3 days before I left. Let me help you out. Let me help you out what 3 days means. I told him I left next day. The ship cruise next day. Not to be sneaky, not to be disrespectful, but to protect my peace. Less time to stress it, question it, or talk me out of it. Our kids are in college. We raised them well. They're a little cuckoo. But again, what I said before, empty nesters, not so empty nesters, they texting. All right? It was not me abandoning my husband and my children and my responsibilities. This was for me to take a breath. Was he still on my mind doing a trip? Of course. He is my husband. They are my kids. But this time, it was just a quick thought here and there. No emotional weight I was dragging with me. That alone felt the growth. Arriving early, I said before, day before, I told him that the next day on a plane, all right, I left a day before the cruise. Just me and my thoughts. I flew into Galveston, Texas. Well, I ain't flew. I flew into, an airport. Can't remember the top of my head right now. And then the taxi drove me into Galveston, Texas, day early before the Carnival cruise. And let me tell you, that day was everything. No mom, no babe. Do you remember this? You remember that? Just me, my room, and my thoughts. I walked slowly. I breathed deeper. I let my mind quiet down. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't thinking about what needed to be done for everyone else. I was just there. And it's okay to be just there. I walked on the boardwalk, saw the ocean. I was blessed enough to go get a room. I didn't have the front balcony, look at the ocean straight ahead. I was on the side, but I still had a good angle to see the ocean. I sat on the balcony with my food. I went got my nails done, my toes done, because I didn't have time to do it when I was home. Again, I didn't have a rush. I was able to get a spa treatment on my nails and my feet. You don't understand. Then I went to little stores, walk nearby the store near the hotel because again, I had a car. And that was a perfect way to start my travel. Meeting women I did not know, but somehow I did. Next day, boarding the cruise, I realized something beautiful. After, boarding the cruise, first thing gave me a drink. I'm thinking it was punch. Taste it, drink it. It's got a little punch to it. It was alcohol in it. Mustard. Again, I was blessed again because my mustard station is right there when I came on the ship is my mustard station. God is good. And I'm like, I'm early. Okay. So I went follow where everybody else went because we can't go to our rooms. So I used to follow everybody else. Like, well, okay, let me see. I was told that we can put stuff in our rooms, and I went downstairs, and the one of the guest services person said, "Ma'am, yeah, they tell you that, but technically you cannot do that." And the reason for that because the doors are open. The attendees they are doing the rooms, so they're not going to be in the rooms all the time. All the doors are open. So I don't recommend that you put yourself in the room because anybody can come in and get anything. I said, thank you for letting me know. So looking for me, I packed a small bag, which again, our beautiful host told us to do, to carry with us, just little stuff. And that's it. Went upstairs, I did follow other people. Okay, I did follow them and got me a little, lounge chair and just, it's just enjoying the air and the water and just enjoying it. And I was like, I've been there like probably 30 minutes up there. And I said, let me just check. Because I don't remember how we could meet up. So we're online and I went to her post. Okay. So I'm going back down and just looking around. And again, I only remember her face. Again, she showed her face all the time. That's how I met. And then, oh my God, she's like, hear a voice. Because again, we only hear voices. But boarding on that cruise, even though we haven't met in person before, we were all at similar stages in life. Grown, responsible, seasoned by life, ready to enjoy life. There were no wild, reckless energy, no drama, no competition. No one trying to, be the bestie of the host. Just women who understood. We work hard, we give a lot, and we deserve joy too. Conversation flowed easily, laughter came naturally. Nobody was trying to impress anybody. We showed up as we were. Wisdom, stories in all different sizes, and all different shades of our beautiful Black skin of women. And that felt safe. My first Carnival cruise experience. Now let's talk about the cruise itself. Because baby, the ship life experience was great. The ocean has a way of putting things in perspective. I remember in the Navy, we were more in the ship than out of the ship. And when we're able to get out of the ship on the aft end of it, sometimes you sit there or stand there and just watch the wave. Just watch the wave. Just watch the wave going by. That's all. Get a little bit of peace. Watching the water. Now on a cruise ship, it's a little different. I turn my chair around, just look at the water. It's calm waves. Feeling the breeze. Seeing nothing but open sky and sea. Some clouds came up, which is great. I love clouds because you can go back to your childhood days and guess what that cloud looked like. It make your problems feel much smaller. And the voices in your head, the nagging voices, disappear. Or in some people, very, very, very far away. I ate good. That's one thing I like about this group. We eat. And what I mean by eating, we enjoy food. We enjoy the plate, how they decorate the plate of the food, how they pour gravy. At first you're thinking nothing, but what? They have this presentation that you really enjoy. One thing I love with my smoked, oysters. Mm, it's worth it. I wish I recorded it, but I didn't. I'm gonna go back again. I'm definitely record it. Smoked. They lift the glass container out. You can smell the smoke. Mm, yes, I chew my oysters. It wasn't baked. Okay, it was raw oysters with a nice little foam. I can't get the taste of the foam, but it's nice sweet, but not too sweet of foam. I had twice. Was that good? And then I had the spear, full chocolate, melted in the middle, cheesecake. We got wine, which the host got her wine, and we all have a glass. It was cool, tasty. Go with the steak. Yes. We did brunch. Nice brunch. We went to the hamburger area. One thing about Carnival, I'm gonna say this: if you have relatives who want to go on a cruise, you can go on Carnival and eat the buffet, and that's all you do. The food on Carnival on the Breeze in Galveston was good. The hamburger was good. Believe me, when the host told me about the hamburger at night when you're on room service, it's so juicy. It's okay. Well, okay. When she was talking about, like, it was that whole thing, right? So one night, on the night I got back late, I was like, I'm hungry. Gotta eat nothing really. I'm hungry. So I was like, me, I ordered this burger that she asking for. I some fries. I ordered stuff with soda. And I took my first bite. It was, when I say juicy, it was so juicy. I chat. I said, this burger is juicy. Ooh, goodness. It was a juicy burger. So you go to Carnival, order room service, the burger. Okay? Juicy lettuce, tomatoes, onions. Again, you want to grilled or fried, raw. I eat my onions raw. I want the crunch to it. Okay? Oh my goodness, I ate good. Now, I was about to say, I also slept good. I actually slept good. Like a deep, from the belly laughter we have sometimes. I took tons of pictures. I got dressed up when we had the former night. I relaxed in ways I didn't really realize my body needed. Some females just slept. They really didn't know how much sleep they really needed. Like I said before, we had an idea, plans to do things in the morning. It didn't happen that way. And the best part, I didn't feel no guilty. Feel no guilt. Not like before when I went with my friend, husband hounded me for a whole 30 days. Couldn't get comfortable. This time I understood something. Taking time for yourself is not selfish. It's maintenance. Now, being fair, have the kids, I did now and then. Okay? Sometimes we take my kids and we go to my parents' house, me and my kids, for the whole summer or a month. And still, that's still not maintenance. Because you're still on guard. You still have to be the mom. What the trip really gave me, yes, it was a girl trip. Yes, it was my first cruise. Yes, it was fun. But deeper than that, it reminded me that I am still an individual outside being a mom and a wife. And yes, over the years with the kids, we had this self-care, different things, different groups, we do self-care. But when you really don't have to be dependent, and someone had to be dependent on you, it's a whole different feeling. I can love everybody in my household, my husband, and pray for him, and my children who then find their own way of life and still need space sometimes. I can devote my time again for family and still book a trip with women I only know through YouTube. I can be responsible and still joy. And sometimes protecting your peace look like booking the flight and telling your loved ones 3 days before you go. Oh, disclaimer. When I did leave, I did tell my husband who I was going with. The woman on YouTube? He looked at me like, are you being serious? And I knew you're going to tell me, I knew you're going to say, how you met this woman before? On YouTube. The one thing about being empty nester, not an empty nester, you on your own. Take a moment to click, thumbs up, like, and share, and do your notifications, and write in your comment section how you like the story time and what would you have done. And men, and you watching, or women, have you done the same thing? Nag your husband when he's give you enough time to go on a man trip? Do your husband give you enough? What about you? Were you in the same boat I was in? How did it feel? Then when you did it again, how did it feel? Okay, what did I learn from this girl trip? What I loved most about this grown women girl trip, this trip wasn't just about getting away. It was about experiencing a different kind of togetherness. One built on maturity, respect, and understanding that everybody doesn't vacation the same way. There are 8 of us. Here it goes. Here's what made it so special. Number 1, the beauty of the unknown. I only knew the host from YouTube. Never met her in person. Didn't personally know the other women either. Just their sound of voice. And honestly, that was a part of the magic, I think. I came hoping the group will be full of grown, grounded women who could have real conversation, be themselves, enjoying life without pressure or drama. That's exactly what I walked into. No fake energy, no trying to impress, just women involving learning, laughing, and living. Number 2, the flexibility schedule. Even though we're on, think about it. How many trips you been on? Family trips. And sometimes we overbook ourselves, over planned, doing activities. Well, on this trip here, we are grown women. Here, this is one we interesting we did before. The idea was morning walks on the deck before and after coffee. The reality, we slept in. Someone did type in a chat, who's ready for the walk? And I thought, I saw it and I was like, I think I could do it. I think I could do it. It was like 8 o'clock. They moved it up later. I think I do it. I went back to sleep and didn't wake up till like an hour later. And no one made a big deal about it either. We all slept in. There was no guilt. No, you missed it. No attitude with it. Just, girl, we catch you next thing. If we does, we do, we don't. That freedom to rest without pressure felt like luxury all by itself. Number 3, the Carnival chat app. Freedom without pressure. When we all in a group, we met each other at the lobby section, and I saw the chat app too, $5. And then we all, start talking, doing this and all kinds of going on. And then we bought the chat app, and then we started to, I don't know, I got who it was, but we started to put our names in the chat app, and it'd be easy for us to communicate. What's interesting about this chat app, we didn't force upon ourselves to anybody else. We didn't infringe on other people's time on the ship. Everybody went on the ship, everyone on this cruise for their own personal reasons. And maybe they're going through some things. Maybe they just want to be alone. Maybe they just want to just be self-care. So the chat app was easy for somebody. Hey, I'm going off the ship at the port. Just walking around. Who want to come? Going to dinner, which again, I said before, we had brunch signed up. We already had dinner at the sick house already signed up. Those 2 things were already given. But then we had 2 more times that we went to the sick house, and yes or no, and other people had entertainment want to go to. Other people had spa places to go to. Other people just want to be, slept. They want to. Other people was in their room. They got other things to do. People bring work with them or what they were doing that day. They drop a message in there. If you want to join, you did. If you didn't, there's no explanation. You don't have to say, no, I don't want to do it. You don't have to. The person who invited, the person who wrote that in the chat, they going no matter what. So you're not obligated. And one thing I did like about this whole thing, what I really appreciate, I think all of us appreciate it, all 8 of us, nobody was knocking on doors and be uninvited. You let the person space there. Now, one person, we were concerned. Okay, we were concerned for her because we haven't heard from her. I said, she okay? So, we do a chat here, and I put chat, individual chat, group chat, and then somebody who probably room next to her or in the same thing, they actually knocked on the door, and she was okay. And we saw her when we were coming back on the ship, and she was going off the ship. And we talked to her and make sure everything okay and fine. She went to sleep. What she said, she went to sleep and slept. And that happened there. But at the same time, listen up when I said this, we still looked out for each other. It was that perfect balance of independence and care. Because again, we watch too many movies of Lifetime and too many LMM, Lifetime Movies Network, and too many of, too many movies we watch. That's what we did. And number 4, self-care was the real. It was the real. For some of us, the trip was about exploring. For others, it was about sleep, quiet, doing absolutely nothing. Both were respected. Nobody judged how you choose to recharge. Number five, not overwhelming. And that meant everything. I deal with anxiety, so being around group can sometimes feel too much for me. But this felt calm and natural and easy because there is no pressure to always be on. I can go to my room, wind down, depress. You can be social when you felt like it, and you can retreat when you didn't. That made all the difference. Booking your own room is a gift to yourself. Yes, it costs a little more. Yes, it's worth it. Having your own room meant I could be around people all day and still close the door and just be with myself. No small talk, no coordination of showers, personal space, come in, come out, no feeling like I had to entertain. That privacy, that peace, that was self care too. Number seven, learning you can be alone, even in a crowd. A cruise ship is full of people, noise, and movement, and with children, depends on what cruise you go on. But I learned something powerful. You can still have solitude anywhere. If someone want to chat, I could engage. If I want quiet, I could politely excuse myself. That's confidence to choose the interaction instead of feeling obligated with a form of self discovery. Number eight, rebuilding my comfort in group places. This trip reminded me that being in the community doesn't have to be draining. Being around like minded women, especially Black women, in space, in person, just not online, helps me ease back into a group setting in a healthy way. And I'm bringing that energy home with me because now I want to build more local connections with women in the same stage of life, involving, grounded, open to joy. Disclaimer, I think it's very important for girl group. A quick word about bringing a plus one. I thought about inviting a close friend of mine, but after really thinking about it through and after actually been on the cruise, well, not really after the cruise, after really interacting with the group of women, I realized this trip wouldn't have been a good fit for her. She doesn't really enjoy the ship, even though we had both been in the Navy. Big crowds or the kind of environment anymore. Don't forget, in our 20s, everything goes. And that's okay. Every trip isn't for every friend. If you think about bringing a plus one, ask the host first. Be honest about the vibe. Ask yourself, will my friend be okay having alone time? And what that means, your friends do not have to participate into the events, activities that you already created in that group. Your friend don't have to do everything in the group. In other words, y'all can plan separate excursions, meals, activities, but if only, but it only works if everyone is comfortable and the expectation are clear. When is your next girl trip you are doing? When are you planning one? It don't have to be a cruise, but understand Make sure that you both, everybody, have the same vibe. To me, it's rude. It's definitely wrong. And you bring in a person that you know that the host did not invite because of what that person energy is all about. If your friend energy is not the same as the vibe of the group, please do not bring that person there. Because sometimes being so real can go real wrong. Have a good day. See you next day.